Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bullen virtual trade show and product demonstration, product education show. Long word, but we're glad to have you here. We have a lot to talk about during the next 15 minutes or so, and that has to do with one of the most ripe opportunities that might be facing all of us. And to help me with all that, let me introduce to you my co-presenter, Mr. Mel Dean. Mel, glad to have you on the program with us.
Hey, Mark, thanks for having me in this afternoon.
It's my pleasure. So, Mel, where are you located?
I'm actually located in Raleigh, North Carolina.
And you've been involved with the cleaning industry for a couple days, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been with Bullen since '91.
So that's many, many years, many decades. So I know that you've been involved with the Bullen companies and you've been involved in many other ways within the cleaning industry itself. And for that, we'd like to express our gratitude. I know today we're going to be talking a lot about one of the prime opportunities, both now and post-COVID, and that's the opportunities related to hand soap. And you were telling me earlier that your mother used to say something to you all the time.
Oh, Mark, my gosh, my mom used to say all the time, wash your hands, wash your hands. I must have heard it thousands of times as a kid. My mom, and probably yours too, drilled it into us. And here we are now in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. Mom, looks like mom was correct.
Well, the
It's
more amazing thing is how your mom was fully supported by the CDC and the EPA with their instructions that there's three things we all have to do to deal with this pandemic. One of them is social distancing. The second thing we all need to be doing is wearing masks. And what's that third thing again?
believe it's wash your hands.
I believe you're right. So, obviously there's been somewhat of a cultural change. I know a year ago, 2 years ago, people didn't understand the arts and sciences related to disinfection and cleaning in general. And 2020 has changed all that. And it's made people more aware of the need to do cleaning and to disinfect. And I think it's really elevated their level of awareness of having to wash their hands. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, as a matter of fact, the most effective way to remove bacteria, virus, and pathogens from our hands is by a thorough hand washing. And this involves scrubbing your hands, providing agitation for about 20 seconds or more, then followed by a water rinse. This is exactly what the medical industry calls scrubbing before a medical procedure. Nothing is more important for sanitation of your hands.
Really? You mean the surgeons just don't spray a little hand sanitizer on their hands and sneeze and then go in and do surgery? They
Not
actually
typically.
wash?
Not typically, no,
Hopefully, right? So
no.
we've long known that the most effective way to eliminate any form of pathogen from your hands is through thorough hand washing. And that things like hand sanitizers and so on only come into play when you have no ability to thoroughly wash your hands. So the act of washing your hands, is it true to say that that is the most effective way to eliminate germs and bacteria from your hands and from getting sick?
Absolutely. No substitute.
So what's interesting is what we've done in the past. And, I guess in the cavemen days, they'd put their hands in a stream. And then at some point, somebody came along with the idea that if you took a pig and you gutted it and you pulled all its innards out and you cooked it over a fire and you developed all these fats and you let it cure and dry out and go cold, it would turn into a big white cake. And then you could cut it into squares and you could take it down to the creek and rub it all over your body, and it turned out that it lathered and got rid of soil. Isn't that a description of the world's first pure soap?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a little bit different these days.
Well, one of the limitations on soap like that, and we all know really what I'm referring to, is that it tends to leave a lot of residue. It's not necessarily free rinsing. And so as a result of that, chemistry and modern science has moved us well ahead of those archaic concepts when it comes to washing our hands. And really, that takes us to where we are today and maybe where the opportunities are in the future. Does Bullen have any solutions for this, Mel?
Absolutely. Mark, Bullen has numerous solutions. We're only going to talk about four of them today, but the first one we're going to talk about is called coconut oil hand soap. It's Bullen product code 15S. There, you got it right there. Absolutely. This is an outstanding product. It's made exclusively of natural coconut oil. It's got a rich lather, which provides for very deep cleaning, It's got natural glycerin, which comes from the coconut oil, which is designed specifically to keep your hands from drying out. It's an outstanding hand soap. It cleans very, very well. It smells good. You know, there's an old expression, if it sells good, if it smells good, it sells good. So true here. This has a very pleasant potpourri fragrance, and it's kind of a yellow green color with a pH of 10 and a half, 15% solids is very economical. But Mark, all that being said, let me share a story with you concerning this particular product. I have a good distributor friend in my territory that 7 years ago sold this product in 4x1 gallon cases by multiple pallets to his state agency. 7 years ago, each year he would get reorders of this particular product. COVID-19 hits, and the state agency contacts him again, and now they're looking for this coconut oil hand soap, Bullen 15S, to be packaged in pint bottles. We didn't have any pumps to put it in, so we actually put it in pint bottles with flip caps, and it's worked phenomenally well for that state agency. So you never know how one sale may lead to another. But this is an outstanding product with this coconut oil hand soap.
Well, and I love how that reinforces the concept that the world is becoming more and more aware of the need of something maybe as simple as what our mothers tried to teach us when we were kids. You know,
Absolutely.
wash your hands. So that particular hand soap is extremely popular, and well, you mentioned government agencies, and I know an awful lot of K through 12 school districts and so on like that soap. If somebody were looking for a different characteristic, maybe a different fragrance or color or viscosity, what might they think about?
Well, absolutely. We could make that for them. We can make it custom for them. But in addition to that, the next product we've got available would be our product called Silk Essence. Now, Silk Essence is a little bit different. Silk Essence is considered a luxury hand soap and body wash. It's Bullen product code SEH. There, you've got a copy. You've got a gallon of it right there to show to the folks. This is a 100% cosmetic grade pure coconut oil for superb cleaning. It's very kind to the skin. It's lotionized to prevent the skin from drying out. It's very viscous, which basically means it's thick. A little bit of this soap goes a long way. And this particular product, Silk Essence, is pearlized. It's a pearlized white, creamy color. Basically, mean it's not just a solid white. There's like a swirl of different colors of white in it. So it's kind of a pearlized look to it. It's got a really pleasant cherry almond fragrance with a 9.5 pH. It's very economical when filling dispensers, but you might be selling a particular spa or health club or facility that needed not only a hand soap, but they were looking for a body wash or they're looking for a shampoo. This would be an outstanding product to use in that type of situation. So in addition to being a hand soap, it's also a shampoo and a body wash.
And I'd like to add to those comments, can't really understate that pearlized look of this soap. In a lot of cases, people may be using clear dispensers, and in a clear dispenser, this soap is so magnificent looking. It has the look of pearlescence, and something that you see very often in high-end German automobiles, the way they're painted. And it's got a very, very first-class look to it. An awful lot of spas and gyms will want to portray the soaps that they're providing for their members to be of high quality, and this exhibits that very, very well. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Outstanding. That's why it's called a luxury hand soap.
Ah, I knew
So,
there was a reason for that. Anyway,
all right.
do we have other options?
Yes, absolutely. Now, the next soap we're going to talk about is called our Cremetic. Cremetic is considered it's a premium hand soap. And this particular product code is CAC from Bullen. This is our finest quality hand soap. It's very rich, lathering. It's a coconut oil base, contains natural glycerin.
Finest quality. I'm holding it up high.
It's lotionized to prevent dryness, and it contains PCMX. Now, PCMX is a proven antimicrobial agent. So that makes this an outstanding antimicrobial hand soap.
This is one of the hand soaps, correct me if I'm wrong, but the inquiries that have been coming in over the last several months, definitely related to COVID-19. This is a product that a lot of people ask about. It is our top shelf premium soap, and it carries a lot of characteristics that's very appealing to people during this time when everybody's so fearful.
Absolutely. Mark, not only that, this particular product, it's one of our finest quality hand soaps. This product has a solid content of 22%. Now, if you put that in perspective, a lot of hand soaps in the industry are 12 to 15%. This hand soap, Chromatic, is at 22%. So it's significantly uh, stronger product, or a higher quality product, more active ingredients than typical hand soap. It's got a unique fragrance. It smells like rose, a very light rose. It's a pearlized pink color, and it's a 10.5 pH. Not only that, we make a companion product to this that is designed for use in industrial plants, where it would actually be packaged in a round, flat top bottle that's a lot of times used in manufacturing facilities. So there's a sister product to Chromatic that would be available in that type of situation if that were to occur. And
Well, I'm glad you took the time to talk about Cremetics, since it is one of the products that we're most proud of because it's such a high quality product and head and shoulders above anything else there in the marketplace. So the reason we know that is because it's got such a high degree of loyalty. I know that you have customers that have been working with that product for many years, and if they didn't find it to be quite exceptional, they probably wouldn't continue to buy it.
absolutely. And Mark, it's interesting that we're getting a lot more calls now um, during COVID for people looking for hand soaps, looking for traditional uh, coconut oil based hand soap, but also looking for antimicrobials. So the opportunities that are out there today are absolutely huge.
So I have another question for you. You know, back in the day when we all did travel,
Yes.
or even thinking back to when we were in high school, a lot of the types of soaps that we worked with then were just a pink lotion soap. Do you have anything to offer us on that end?
Absolutely. That's a great segue. The fourth product we're going to be talking about this afternoon is simply called Bullen Pink Lotion Soap. It's product code PLS. It's been in our line for a long time. It's formulated obviously with coconut oil. It's got a rich lather, provides very deep cleaning, contains natural glycerin to avoid drying out your skin. It also contains PCMX, a known antimicrobial agent, and it's ideal for pour top soap dispensers. It's got a very pleasant almond cherry fragrance, and it's a 15% non-aqueous solid content with a 9.0 pH. But this is a classic product that people within the industry are looking for. And a lot of folks will call, "Hey, do you have a pink lotion hand soap?" And absolutely, this would fit the bill for them.
Well, I really enjoyed listening to you talk about all these hand soaps, but I think really the key message to all of this is that as much as the year 2020 and COVID-19 has created challenges for all of us, it certainly has presented a number of opportunities for those of us that are blessed enough to find themselves in the cleaning industry. And one of the things that you and I have talked about quite extensively, Mel, is that there's opportunities coming at us in the quantity that we've never seen before. So the level of interest towards upgrading the types of soaps they're working with, the level of interest in understanding soaps and how they perform and what they do has never been this high. So I would like to surmise that this means that this is a major opportunity for 2021. So before we close out, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, Mark, the reality is the Bullen companies, we're known as being a craft blender. So there's a lot of things that we could do for specific distributors who have customers with specific needs. We could create a hand soap with a certain fragrance or a unique color requirement, custom viscosity if you needed to be thicker or thinner. Maybe you're looking for a foam soap. We actually manufacture that, and a lot of people looking for a foam soap in a 1 gallon, 4 by 1 gallon case today that they can refill containers. We manufacture spa soap. So if you needed a spa soap or a body wash, we could help you with that. And also in industrial manufacturing facilities, a lot of times hand soap is actually used as a lubricant in specific applications or specific manufacturing processes. So, if any of those would be of interest to any of our distributor friends, contact me or any of the salespeople on the Bullen team, or contact Bullen directly. We'd be glad to walk you through that and help you maybe with a custom made sample that you could test and evaluate and see if it might meet your needs.
Well, I love that you brought up that there might be some applications for hand soaps that go beyond washing your hands. We didn't devote any time to that, but very quickly, I know that in the past, people have used things like these types of soaps to lubricate the rim of a tire before mounting it on a wheel, or to lubricate a conveyor belt. Is that your experience?
Absolutely. You've seen it many times.
Well, if somebody wanted to buy this, if everybody watching wanted to buy this, how would they go about that? How would they reach you, sir?
Well, you could just reach us all through Bullen at 1-800-444-8900, and we'd be glad to help you in any way.
Mel, this has been a fantastic program, and I really appreciate you taking the time and investing the effort that you did to put this program together. And I want to express our thanks for you to doing that, and would love to say thank you to all of you that have tuned in. We hope that this has been helpful, educational, and perhaps a little inspirational to you all.